was nothing. Not to say it like that. Dame came up under hustlers that Impact was it. He was a little dude when it came to hustling in Harlem. He wasn't not no...
Yo, what's good, people? What's really going on with Dipset these days? Now that everyone's got their own podcast and platform, it seems like every other month, Jim Jones and Camron are going at it again. And more often than not, it's about the same old stuff. Usually someone trying to rewrite the story as something that went down in the past. Recently, Jim Jones interviewed with the No Rap Cap podcast. Make sure you check out their channel and peep the full interview. During that chat, while talking about Harlem and Big L, Jim Jones made a point to say that Camron was straight up scared of Big L's brothers. Here's exactly what he said.
Harlem was nothing. Not to say it like that. Dame came up under hustlers that Impact was it. He was a little dude when it came to hustling in Harlem. He wasn't not no Rich Porter, none of that type of. He wanted to hustle. He wanted to hustle for niggas like Rich Porter and shit like that. Dame from the East Side. The East Side is different from the West Side. Now for the East Side, Dame was a big deal to us because we were little. When he was coming from the West Side, little car, jewelry, and all that. So when you're young, he's looking like Rich Porter, but in reality, no, he was like, just go to the store, take a couple grams, get out of here.
The Rap Cap Podcast.
When you cancel out the street side of it and go into the music business of it, what was his impact with Dipset at that time?
He didn't have no impact with Dipset. Dipset, we made our impact on our own.
When y'all came over to Rockefeller, did y'all bring a certain energy that kind of ruffled the feathers of like state property and people like that?
No, when we came over to Rockefeller, it was all love. Everybody in the studios doing music, state property, Fleek and them, diplomats. Everybody was doing music there. That shit ain't started until they went through all that damn shit.
Could you else say Cam took over the rock, huh?
I mean, Mace was talented. He was a dancer. And Mace didn't excel at the rapping really to after high school, they started getting on and shit like that, and then he excelled and then started getting on first and signed first, and then I helped Cam and everybody get on and shit like that. But as far as making a name for themselves in the street, nobody had no name in the street like that. You know what I mean?
Big L.
Right.
Big L had a name for himself. He was rapping early, he was signed early. He had some dangerous ass brothers. They was uptown really shaking and moving and shit like that. You dig? And that's not my part of town. That was uptown. You dig? Yeah, Cam used to be scared to death of them niggas to the point he didn't want to come outside. I didn't understand it because I'm from downtown. You heard? We had our own set of killers.
From what we publicly know, Camron has always commanded respect in Harlem. He and Big L came up together and were part of the legendary group Children of the Corn. Mace and McGruff were in that crew too. Now, whether Cam was actually scared of Big L's brothers, I'll let the Harlem heads weigh in down in the comments. But after seeing Jim Jones talk that mess in his interview, Cam said enough is enough and hopped on Instagram to clap back. Cam fired shots, saying, "Yo, how you worried about me when your heat's off and your rent due? I heard it was 7 degrees in the Bronx last night." First off, how does Cam even know Jim's heat was off at the podcast studio? Jim couldn't let that slide and hit the comments, "Yo, go do your shoe, punk." Cam fired back, "What's wrong, Capo? Are you hot too? I know it's hard for you to be 50 years old with no heat. Watch your zeal, bruh. I got you." Jim clapped back, "A block knows you soft." Cam came right back, "Yeah, but my heat on and I'm warm. You are 50 years old, tough and cold. Dead ass, Capo, your heat really off?" Then it escalated. Jim went at him, saying, "Cam, you're soft. Your whole crew is soft." Things got wild when Jim challenged him. "Yo, you wanna play? Pull up. Let the people see how soft you are, chump." Cam didn't back down. He joked, "Jomo, you're 50 and still wanna pull up? I got the video of you breaking in your own studio, trying to trigger the heat system and chasing your landlord around in his car, 'cause he wants his rent. Nah, bruh, ain't no way. You 50, go handle that heat bill." How are people out here spilling Jim Jones's business? This is the second time we're hearing he hasn't paid his rent. Who keeps leaking this stuff? So now the situation gets even crazier. How is this information about Jim Jones's heat and landlord drama even getting to 50 Cent and Camron? Nah, that's wild. If I were Jim Jones, I'd be daring Camron to post that video just to find out who leaked it. because a video showing him trying to fix his heat system while chasing his landlord is way too specific to be made up. This is some next-level sneaky stuff. Jim Jones clearly has a mole in his podcast studio, and that needs to be addressed ASAP. 50 Cent couldn't resist chiming in either. He joked, "Damn, I hope you can all chip in and get the heat back on," and added, "Damn, Jim is mad with all this pressure. I hope he's all right." Meanwhile, Camron is laughing at the situation, probably thinking they could just start a fire and all stand around it. Honestly, 50 Cent has to be one of the top 2 instigators in the game right now. As funny as all this is, and trust me, it is hilarious, there's a point where it gets a little too real, and people need to remember this is someone's actual business and personal life being put on blast. So here's the deal with Jim Jones and Camron. This is pure comedy and content, nothing more. Expect Jim to address this on his podcast, less rap about it, just like he's handled other issues recently. Meanwhile, Camron would likely talk with Flea or even a mutual friend to confirm he was never terrified of Big Al's brothers, which, of course, will get him more views. There's no chance these two are actually going to pull up on each other. This isn't street beef, it's straight-up entertainment. For longtime Dipset fans, this might not be ideal. You don't want to see these legends going at it. But this is just how it is. They'll never be fully cool with each other. If you support Jim Jones, back him. If you support Camron, back him and his podcast. Or if you're neutral, just sit back and enjoy the show. The real question is, how is everyone finding out about what's happening in Jim Jones' podcast studio? Most likely the landlord is leaking these details. Either way, this is content gold. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.